Hi friends, I'm Madhavtar from Easy Approach, and it's the 34th video of Flutter video series. From this video, we are going to start Flutter plus Firebase. So before moving on, let me tell you about Firebase a bit. Firebase provides you backend services like user authentication, storage, cloud messaging, analytics, and some other great things. And you don't need to write these backend services by your own, and you can just use Firebase, which is maintained by Google. So in this video, as this is the first video, we'll integrate Firebase in our Flutter application and we'll use user authentication service. But before integrating the Firebase, let me show you the project structure and the screens that I've made to save the time. So let's start from the project structure first. Here inside the lib, I have created a package screens in which I have all the screens of the application. And you can see the first or the default landing screen of the application is this registration screen, which you can see currently on the emulator. And it just have initially I have a scaffold widget, and inside it I have a single score chart view so that we can avoid the overflow, and inside it we have a container so that we can apply some padding, and inside it we have a form, and in the form we have different text form fields separated by size box, and we have associated some controllers as well with all the fields so that we can get all the data from these fields. And at the last we have a button, a flat button inside the container so that it can take all the available space. And in the on press, when the user has done with all the data that he needs to give in order to get registered, we'll first register the user in the Firebase, and then after the registration, we'll navigate the user to the login screen so that he can log in to the home page. And inside the login screen, we just have a container and we have applied some padding. And inside it, we have a form in which we have two different fields. The first one is for email and the second one is for password. And we have a button as well. And inside the on press, we'll first ask the Firebase if the user with these credentials exists in Firebase. And if he exists, then we'll take the data of the user from the Firebase and then we'll navigate to this home screen where we will show the data of the user. So we'll just show the name and the image URL on this screen. You can also show the image here, but we have just showed here image URL. So this is it from the design and the project structure, and now we are good to integrate the Firebase in our project. So I want you to follow all the instructions that I'm gonna show in order to integrate Firebase in our project clearly, because if you miss a single instruction, you would end up with some error. So now let's get started. Firstly, you need to open your Android module of your Flutter project. So you need to go here and you have to click here, open Android module, and you can choose new window. And while it is opening the project, you can go on Firebase and you can create a new project so that we can integrate that with our Flutter application. So now let's click on this add project, and you have to give some name like Firebase user, and let's continue again, and you have to select some account. So let's select the default account for Firebase, and now it will create the project for you. Now you have to click on continue, and you can see the project that you have created here, and now you have to click on this. And now we'll integrate our application with Firebase project. So for the Android platform support, you have to go here and follow all the steps. And for the iOS, you need to go here and follow all these steps. And since Flutter supports both of the platforms, so you need to integrate for both if you are willing to run your application on both iOS and Android. But I'm just doing it for Android. So let's click here. And now we have to give here three different things. The first one is the Android package name. The second one is the app name, which is optional. And the third one is the SHA1 key, which is also optional, but we'll give all of these values. So for the package name, you have to open the Android module, which we have just opened. And you have to go in the Gradle scripts, and you have to open the build.gradle file for application. And inside this, here you can find the application ID, which is actually the package name for your application. So just copy it and you have to paste it here. So this is good, and now we can give some app nickname. So you can give Firebase user, And now we have to give this debugging signing certificate SHA1 key. So you can get this by opening here Gradle, and now you have to go in open and in Android, and here you have signing report. So you just have to click here. So here it is, the SHA1 key. So you just have to copy it and you can just paste it here. Now you have to click on this register app. And now we have to download this configuration file. So just click here. So it will download the file and you can go in the folder. So here it is, the file. You just need to copy it. And now we need to open the Android module again. So here it is. And now firstly, we need to switch to the project mode. And inside this folder, you just have to paste that file. So make sure the name of this file is just google-services. So this is good. Now we have to proceed to the next step. And now you have to copy this line. And you again have to go in your Android module for the Flutter project. And now you can switch back to the Android. And in the project build.gradle file, you just need to paste the line here. So this is good. And now we need to follow the next step. And now you have to copy this line. And you have to go again in the app module. And now this time you have to open this build.gradle, which is for app module. Let's open it. And you have to paste this line after this. And now you can go again. You have to copy this one again, which is the SDK for Firebase Analytics. And you have to add it in the dependencies. So let's go again. And in the dependencies, which is right at the bottom, you can add this. And after this line here, we need to add different SDKs for different Firebase services. It is just for Firebase Analytics service, but as we'll be using Firebase Authentication and FireCloud service, so we need to add more dependencies. So you can use this link, or I have opened already. So you need to add all these things here in the dependencies. So I can copy all these things. And now this is all we need to add for the Firebase dependencies. And now there's just one thing that we need to do in this Android module, and then we can close the Android module and we'll work on just Flutter project. After integrating the Firebase, we sometimes get error of multi-dex. So to avoid this error, we need to do few things. We need to add this dependency in the app level Gradle file, which is already open. You just have to paste here. And one thing more, you have to copy this line and you have to paste it here. So this is good. And now you can click on sync now. So it will sync all the required files, and then we can close this module. So this is it. All the files has been successfully synced, and now we can close this module and we can just work on the Firebase, on the Flutter project. Now let's open the Flutter project. And now here we need to add the dependencies for Firebase plugin for Flutter. We have done for Android, but we also need to add for Flutter project. So go in pubspec.yaml file where we need to add dependencies for Firebase plugins. And we need to copy this all. These are all the dependencies that we must need to add in order to use Firebase plugin. And now you can, we need to make sure it is correctly indented. And now we can just click here, packages get. So you can see the application has successfully built. We have received some warnings though, but I don't think these are the issue. Yeah, these are just the warnings. So now this is it from this video. In this video, we have integrated Firebase with our project, and you can see it contains so many steps and people find it difficult to integrate it first time. But if you follow all these steps, you can easily integrate it. And in the next video, we'll use Firebase Authentication, and we'll first register the user, and then on the login screen, we will check the credential. If the user exists with these credentials, we'll navigate to the home screen. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and share the videos with those who want to learn Flutter with easy approach. Thank you for watching.